of these dogs massively. It is really very bad, according to what I've heard from the elders. There are those who are complaining that don't kill this dog in my compound, carry it and kill it in the bush, because its blood only has a great harm to the family. And there are those who could say, my dog, I never intended to kill you. Your eyes should look onto those people who are killing you. We don't believe in tradition, but these things are happening. You find out when really true. Things are not easy. I can even tell you a vivid example that really happened was, we had our dog. This dog of ours was killed by a certain man. He used to slaughter the animals. He got that dog.
It's not good for the community. Protecting our young children in the community. They are not supposed, children don't know what dogs are. They only see them as things for playing. But dogs are not human, though they say they live with humans. They are just there. So any act a child will beat a dog will just bite. Because the dog is just there moving in the community. Okay, looking at also, as the World Health Organization, I believe that they had part of what we call dog killing, mass dog killing. It is accepted to them because they believe when dogs are left, these control measures are there to kill the dogs. When they are left to be in the community, there is a point where they live and they become excessive to the environment. This is what we call overpopulation in dogs.
Brings up the best you've been waiting for. Just hashtag KNCT. That simply means Kyangwali New Celebrity Show. This show will be streaming live on our page. I think it will be real live from...
Hello everyone, I'm again Isborn from Kyangwali News as usual. We're going to have something interesting that has been happening lately, and we have one of our community respondents. Today we made it nicer, we're going to be gender sensitive, because in the previous one there's something I don't want to talk about, but today we're going to make it very nice. And the topic would be we got to realize recently they have been killing dogs around, and we really want to see what these people say about it, because they are from this community and they have different views about dog killing in Kyangwali refugee settlement. Now they're going to talk about themselves, introduce themselves, their names, their villages and block. We're going to start from the Iran. Madam, you're welcome. What's your name?
Thank you very much. I'm Stima Grace from Kasonga Village, Block 38.
Wow, that's great. And on my left side, there's a gentleman. Please, what is your name?
Oh, thank you so much. By the name is David Arellano. I'm a village respondent, as called upon, from Kasonga Village, Block 77.
Wow, that's very great. And you see what we are up to now. Like I said, you're aware of it.
Well, I myself, I was aware of it. It was 1 week before the killing of the dogs. The village chairperson moved around the village and then informed the people how the dogs were to be killed, and also informed the people to inject their dogs so that in case they have the rabies, and then it would be better for them. The dogs will be healthy and to not harm the people. Though after some days, we also still had the process in Gure where they were killing a lot of dogs. And then after 1 week to reach Kasonga, in my village, they had to kill some of the dogs, including mine. It was killed.
Sorry. So, sir, are you aware of all these things?
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. Of recent, we had this case of these wild dogs running away from Maratatu, going to the village of Nyambogo and Ngurwe. So it wasn't a good news to the hearings of the organizations, and due to the fact that it was biting people around, in a single day it's biting 10 people in a day. So we didn't know whether they have the rabies or not, but it's quite risky for people. So the decision came from the partners in charge, to protect the community. So they decided that the kind of decision that was taken. I believe the partners have been looking around the settlement, how the behaviors of the dogs and how they're treated, how they're left to roam around the villages and do all these other things. So they came out with one decision for the safety of their community. As the people they serve in the community, they will needed to practice this act. I agree with this act because of some kind of my views. I believe they're right because I agree with them. So looking at the fact that the settlement, we have this kind of, we have very many kind of behaviors. We have people owning dogs, but they are not responsible for the dogs. Like they don't take their responsibilities as their dog owners. So you find that in a day dogs are moving, they are not tied up. As we believe, you have a pet at home, it is your personal pet. So it has to be yours and not to move in the community. You don't know what it attracts and what it does outside there. So if the owners themselves can't like protect their dogs, can't keep their dogs, it brings to this result that came out, this kind of issue, people buy dog bites around. Our partners have been seeing that this kind of act was there, but now this act that came in, dogs bite around, just like engine the kind of the belief that they need to like kill all the dogs for the sake to have their pets with them. Of course, like looking in low developing countries like Uganda and going deep in a settlement, we don't have like a specific agency that will like look to reinforce these kind of guidelines for people to deal with their dogs. So you find there's some kind of outer things that comes around, and it's not good for the community. Protecting our young children in the community, they are not supposed, like, children don't know what dogs are. They only see them as things for playing. But dogs are not human, though they say they live with humans. They are just there. So any act, a child will beat a dog will just bite, because the dog is just there moving in the community. Okay, looking at also as the World Health Organization, I believe that they had like part of what we call like dog killing, mass dog killing. It is accepted to them because they believe when dogs are left, these control measures are there to kill the dogs. When they are left to be in the community, there is a point where they live and they become excessive to the environment. This is what we call like overpopulation in dogs. So when they become overpopulated in the area, you find that in the streets you find all dogs, and it is not right for dogs to be in the streets. It is right to be at home. As people not claiming, but it is right that dogs act as protection. I strongly agree with that.
Yeah, the nurses saying we don't have the medicine, you need to go to Hoima, what it takes them long. Yeah, which is very bad. But again, killing the dogs, it's not the overall solution. Why? Because not all these dogs are infected. Yes, not all the dogs are infected. And the most thing they would have done is killing the dogs that are freely moving in the streets and in the villages than going to kill the dogs that are tied in homes, because these dogs are very, very important. Why do I say so? I will give you a vivid example of what happened to my family. It was last year when we did have the dog. Actually, we wouldn't leave like a spoon in the compound that they can live inside. You find that the moment you leave a spoon, the next hour you won't find it. It reached an extent where a thief entered my mom's house. It was at night. He stole a bucket. It was containing rice. And the process of still picking other things, he wanted to carry the bag. Fortunately, my younger sister woke up and then found that there was somebody inside. But because my mother was inside the mosquito net, she was trying to struggle to come out and defend herself. The man ran away. And we were like, for how long shall we suffer like this with these things? We had to get what? A dog. And since when we brought that dog at home, I'm telling you, nobody would go at home there to steal and would not lose our things. Actually, all our goats were stolen. We were left only with one goat. And that dog has helped us really to at least keep that goat to stay till now. So that the thief being caught and brought to the police, and then they will follow up from there. But they won't go in the villages looking for thieves. No way. Yeah, no way. So what I'm saying is that for them to kill these dogs, it's not really right. The best way they can do it is that whenever they would find any dog moving within the streets or the village, yes, it's okay, they can kill those ones because they are not tied. People don't mind about them. The owners are actually not there. So they need to kill them. But those ones that are in homes, are tied, are injected, they should not go ahead to kill them because they are innocent and they protect what? The homes. There is no way they need to kill them. These dogs are very innocent. The best thing they would do is tell the people in the village, inject your dogs, tie them. People have ears, they will do it, they will tie them and then inject them. These dogs will be fine. Nothing will happen to the people in the village. Actually, I'm talking this out of real experience and the bitter truth that even in my village, there are many people having dogs, and there's no any case that has come out that maybe so and so's dog has beaten me or has done this. No, the village is very quiet, and there are no thieves in the village. It was over recent a thief entered our village. Actually, the thief stole some goats from Gurwe and moved towards our village. It's because we have dogs around there, we are able to what? To get that thief. And actually the thief was caned maximum. But we still value that person's life. Though he's a thief, we still value him. So in order to make sure that he's protected, we bring that dog. It will scare him that he will not go and steal in that home. He knows that home, there is a dog. In case I go there, I'll be beaten. We have already simplified and protected him than going there and then after you being caught stealing, then we kill you, which is a total loss to the what? To the country. We don't want to lose people. Though they are criminals, but we still need them. Yes.
Yeah, Grace, I get you very well. I've got your point, and you're right. But I'm looking at a point where, like, you're saying these dogs are always, like, protecting the home. It is right, they always protect the home, I believe in that. And we have several cases that dogs are being killed by thieves in the community. Whereby, like, someone, my uncle had a dog, and before we were disturbed by thieves. So we had like a poultry house. It was always there, the dog was keeping it. Then, sometimes we found our dog poisoned. We realized it was done by someone who was intending to come and steal. So the next time we got another dog, and it was again poisoned and killed. So what do you see in that? Always like thieves are killing the dogs. Me, I'm looking at a point whereby if you're protecting the dog, it is right. Then we have like, as you said, we have like a protection organizations around. They do protection. The most here in the settlement, we've been like having cases like even in cities, big cities, dogs are being killed. Whether they protect, we know they protect, but they are not energetic like women, like men. So someone comes with a gun and shoots, it goes, it's dead, as it protected you. So we are looking at a point, I'm looking at a point like,
well,
still we have like OPM in the settlement. First give me a moment. Like we have OPM in the settlement. They can reinforce on the security in the settlement. They can deploy security personnel. We have people, like we have UPDF in Guruwe there. They are just seated, they are doing nothing. They can put them in the community to be moving. Survey people, like moving the community for people's protection than keeping our dogs. That's what I can suggest.
So this is very interesting. This guy is still supporting, like seriously, the dog should go. And our sister here, she's still insisting, no, they shouldn't touch our dog. So this is interesting. So she has something to defend us. So please, you're welcome.
Well, Master Yella, it's well that you say that the security can enforce other personnel to take the security of the villages, okay? But remember, it was just some minutes past when you talked about, like, in this pandemic, the responsible people or people concerned should focus much on, like, fighting against the pandemic. And tell me how costly it would be, again, to bring other security personnel to take, I believe, even today, if we are to move around Kasonga Center, we can still find dogs moving. They have not killed them. What they have done is to go in the villages, they found those dogs that are already tied in their ropes and in their chains, and they're just down innocent. So they killed them. They have not killed the remaining ones that are really having rabies. Instead, they have killed those ones that are healthy.
Yeah, then that's what I don't agree with. It's not that I say dogs or all dogs should die. The strategies followed in like killing the dogs is the one that matters. My main point was the loitering dogs in the community. So like if they're killing dogs that are tied, Remember, at the first place, I told you, people don't know how to protect their dogs. But then, not all people don't know. That's what I'm telling you. If there are people who really have their dog shelters that they have in their homes, and they are like having dogs in chains, then why is there a need for like to kill dogs? Because the main reason behind here, people are being bitten by dogs, isn't it?
Yes.
So my point of view is looking at the loitering dogs, not dogs in homes, in their shelters. So I will like go to the main point. Though I agree to the killing of the dogs, to a smaller extent, I support it. But there are also other clear ways of like controlling this, providing this kind of measures in the community. Like I would suggest my brother even give them out to people when they're healthy, or keep them to their like companies. It is right. It is always done. So there are also like what I can say, when you look at when you try to depopulate the what the dogs. Looking at the kind of way they are killing the dogs, it's kind of touching. A dog is almost like a human being. When you have like, we say we eat for protection, but the kind of ways they are killing the dogs, me, I don't support it. Direct banning. You get like a dog and then put their pet on fire, you ban. You can like pick these dogs in the streets, which you know they can't be helpful. Take them, like they're kind of like injections you give them. They die slowly, and then go and dump it somewhere safe than killing it like in that kind of a massive way. Thank you so much.
So what do you think should be done, Mrs. Grace, about all this dog thing? Because I believe where you want them to be, not to be killed. And to some extent, some people want it to be killed. What do you think should be done so that the dogs are protected and again the community is safe from the dog bites that have been happening?
Well, for the betterment of the people, I don't disagree with the killing of the street dogs. But my major point is on those dogs that are kept at home, are well tied, treated, and are feeding very well. Those dogs, I don't see any reason of killing them. But on those dogs that are...
Shorty said she needs me. She calling on my phone. Oops, nah, and she said she telling me it's been long. Yeah, she telling me I'm so wrong, and she can't wait that long. Baby, would you listen? Would you give me a second? Please don't come. Things ain't different, maybe just the accent. Baby, I know.
Juliet, I'm a Romeo. Nah. Just found out on the radio. Nah.
Juliet and Romeo. Nah. Say Juliet and Romeo. Nah. Juliet, let me be your Romeo. Everything that you do, girl, turns me on. Guess I don't give a f about a mother house. And I treat you bad, like a lady. Ain't no time for later. You be my baby, ayy. Baby, would you listen? Would you give me a second? Please don't come. Things ain't different, maybe just the accent.